Good morning, friends and fellow traders. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options, coming to you with a morning market preparation video for March 5th, 2018. So, hey, as we start a new week, there was a couple things on Friday that really gave us some hopefulness, but remember, hopefulness is not bullishness. So let's take a look at those things. First off, we gapped down significantly on Friday morning, and then the bulls found it within themselves to rally back. Now this morning, the futures are pointing to an 85-point gap down, and as ugly as that may sound, I'm actually a little hopeful about that because at least it's not a big triple point gap down, which we've been seeing. And possibly we could be seeing a little chance of holding some price support. Now, here you can see in the diamonds, we're not actually holding any price support that you can really mark out. But if we look over on the SPY, the SPY rallying back above this little support area. So holding up here, and it is pulling back this morning, but as long as it can stay above here, that's a little bit of hopefulness. Now, one thing you have to always remember is that one bullish candle does not make a trend. We need to see some follow through. We need to see some proof. Make sure you take a second and read that morning note this morning, because I did write just a little bit about that. But we need to see a hold of that support. We need to see proof of follow through. And also remember, we have a lot of work to do before we're actually going to become bullish in this market. We need big follow through. A lot of work has to be done before we could proclaim any kind of bullishness. Now, what I do think is a potential positive, though, is if we could calm down a little bit by rallying right back above this little level. Can we calm down just enough? And by the way, I could move this line. There's nothing. That's just kind of running right through the middle of that area. Right here is the actual support that we held on to. And so if we can hold above there, just calm down slightly, we could actually see maybe some hopefulness here in the future that we could get back to a little bit of normal trading. However, as this trade war battle of words continues to heat up, it's hard to know what's going to happen here. A lot of things can, around the world could affect us. A statement from some foreign leader, chastising our president for doing this. I don't know what could happen. A lot of things could happen here, and I'm not blaming anyone. It's just simply the emotional activity of the market that is what I'm looking at. I need it to calm down a little bit so that we can bring a little bit more confidence, more edge to our trading, rather than guessing with these big swings that happen virtually every morning at the open, either up or down, really removing our ability to have much edge in a trade. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that. If we look at the Qs did a beautiful job of responding to this little price support area here. Did a beautiful job bouncing off of that, showing some serious confidence here. That's a nice thing. And it's also gapping down a little bit this morning, but that's okay. A little rest in here might be just what the doctor ordered. IWM also showed an amazing move on Friday. IWM here, this I would count this as a morning star pattern. The only problem is we're still below all these resistance levels, and we're below the downtrend. So this holding right here in this area, significant, I think. And again, just a little tiny bit of hopefulness maybe coming in that we could settle down. Okay, we got a lot of work yet to do, though. Let's take a look at the VIX. Now, the VIX was certainly moving sharply higher Friday. In fact, we rallied clear up here to 26.22 was the high of the day, and then on that rally we started to pull back, and we ended up closing below that 20 handle, which is a good thing. We need to see that continue to sink on down and maybe break back down through that 50-day moving average, which is right in here. That's where we found support. Remember, we also have price support in this chart that goes back all the way through here that's holding that price up. So we need to see that kind of give way here in the VIX and maybe start calming down. So we got a lot of work yet to do. There's no reason to believe that we are out of the woods just yet. Let's take a look at T21.22. T21.22 bouncing off of that low on Friday, that bullish reversal zone. That's a good thing. We are going to be pulling back on this again today. So kind of keep that in mind. Hopefully those bulls will step in, calmer heads will prevail. Maybe the saber rattling over this trade war will kind of calm down, and who knows, around the corner we could get that calmer market and get back to a little bit more of normalized trading. That would be wonderful. Remove some of this big price swings and violent price action that makes it very, very difficult for any swing trader. Let's take a look here at our economic calendar. Economic calendar is light today. The only market moving thing we really have on here is the ISM non-manufacturing report. It has been extremely strong. That they're expecting a little pullback in that today. Consensus says a little pullback in it today, but it's still very, very strong. And then, you know, some bond announcements, and we have a Fed speaker here today to kind of round out the economic calendar. And on the earnings calendar, we had about 65 companies reporting earnings today. So we're starting to finally wind down through this really long earnings season that always happens first quarter of the year. We still have a fairly big week with, I'm looking at about 500 companies reporting this week, somewhere north of that number. But then the week following, we finally start to calm just a little bit. And as we run toward the end of our first quarter, we're still reporting earnings clear up to the end. So the first quarter of the year just seems to drag out forever, and then we're right into the next round of earnings. So it'll be nice when that finally calms down and we get back to a little bit more normal as far as earnings season goes. So with that, everyone, I want to wish you a fantastic day. If this is the first time you've seen this information, please do me a favor, click on the subscribe button on YouTube and the follow me button on Facebook. Feel free to share this video with any friends and family, and if you feel the video was worthy, please click those thumbs up buttons. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And also do me just a quick favor and drop a note if you feel that it's worthy of a note. Everyone, take care. Have a awesome day. I wish you great profits. We'll talk to you all very soon tomorrow morning. Take care.